you have discovered through the expansion of the internet world. I am Johnny Allen, and this is the Johnny Allen 30-Minute Podcast. We're going to be talking about your life, my life, and the world today. So sit back, relax, grab something if you need it, and let's do this. You know, I usually talk about, the bad news and stuff, but, there's just too much bad news out there. Nothing is worth talking about. It's terrible. I'll put the cans on today because I can hear better with the cans. So I got the cans on. Hey, welcome to the Johnny Allen 30-Minute Podcast Show. Yes, I was not here last week because I had renovation done. Got new floors put in, flooring put in. It's pretty nice, too. Pretty nice. Took about 3 days to do it. They did a great job. Thanks to the guys who did that. They know who they are. Appreciate it. Your first time stopping by my channel, gosh, I do this little podcast for 30 minutes. I just talk about everyday life stuff. I'm just an average dude. Talk about, what's going on, how we feel about things, right? I mean, we just kind of vent on the show, That's what I do. I just kind of vent about stuff and talk about stuff that's just kind of wacky. I'm also a musician, and I'll update you on my band, which is pretty cool what's going on. But talk about I said I'm not going to talk about the news because, I get on the news, man, and I tell you what, it's just all bad. Like I put on my phone, we'll check out the news, it's just everything's it's just bad. Somebody shot somebody, I don't even have to look at it. I'm not even going to look at it on my phone. It's the same old thing. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I don't know what the hell's going on. I really don't. I don't know what's going on in this world. It's just, I don't know. I'm for loss of words. You guys can comment below on anything I talk about. Once again, thanks again for stopping by. I drink coffee. Yeah, I drink a little bit of Java today. Cheers. The coffee I'm drinking is called CWE Gourmet Coffee. I'll put the link below. My good buddy Tim up there in Michigan sells this stuff, and it's really good coffee. Good coffee. Don't take my word for it. Just go get it. So I talk about everyday life stuff, situations, what's going on, that kind of thing. And I thought I would talk about, the negative stuff and the positive stuff. Okay, well, I'll kind of share that. All right. So with me personally, negative stuff, what I've been, we'll go with the negative stuff first. We'll get the negative stuff out of the way. Everybody says, hey, when you go to when your boss pulls you into the office and says, I got some good news and I got some bad news. Do you want to hear the good news first or the bad news? I always say, I want to hear the bad news first because I want to go out of the room and leave the conversation on a good note. So I'll take the bad news first. So we'll kind of do the negative, the bad news first. Okay. I pointed it out. The world news, the news in general sucks. It's bad. Not the news, I guess. I'm not dogging the news people. It's the stories. It's what's going on. I know it's their job to report it, but it's what's going on. I just don't get it. We had a National Guard, actually not National, Coast Guard girl I saw, woman killed in Florida. I think it was a week or so ago. You guys might have seen the story. Somebody was trying to steal her car. Okay, that's great. I want to steal your car because I can't afford to go buy my own, and I just don't want to get a job to go fucking get one. Pardon my language. I'm kind of upset today. So we're just going to jack this car. She's got heat, so she points it at him. Says stop. She doesn't shoot him. She just says stop. Right? and just get down on the ground or whatever. I call 911, have the cops come and arrest your ass. That's what it should be, right? That's what it should be. Well, this jackass stole a gun, stealing again, stole a gun, and just shot her. So here's a young woman doing, a good productive citizen of society, serving her country, Coast Guard, blah, 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 good person, just trying to protect her car, what she works hard to get, what she's working hard to earn her money to buy her stuff that she owns. And you got some guy that just doesn't give a shit and steals it. And not only steals it, but pops her, kills her. So that's just one story, and that's the only one I'm going to share. And I usually don't, do a lot of cussing on the show, but today I'm just kind of in one of those moods. I just don't like these kind of stories. So I said we're going to get the negative stories out first. So what is the problem? What's the problem? There's certain groups or certain people feel like they owe something to somebody else, or they feel like I'm just going to grab that. Do they not know any better? I don't know why. What causes people to do this kind of stuff? And a lot of people blame it on race thing. It's a race thing. Certain races do that. I'm not buying that because I'm friends with everybody. People know how to behave themselves. I don't care who you are. They should know how to behave themselves. That's just it. They should. All right. So you got a lot of stories like that poor woman, the Coast Guard woman. God love her and God love her family. And then one more that is kind of local to here. You got 3 girls on a vacation, and high school girls, and they're getting ready to get almost to their hotel driving the car. And you got some woman that doesn't know what the hell she's doing, that's pissed off at the world or something. I don't know what happened. She just hits him, kills him. That's all the bad news you're always hearing. So enough of the bad news. So you get what I'm saying. I'm not even going to go to the world news. That's just here in the United States. There's stuff like that happening all the time. Frequently, all the time. We need to put an end to it. The world is a mess. I mean, you could look at the coronavirus. You could look at China. You could look at Afghanistan. All these places that are just a mess. I'm not going to get into whose faults they are. It's probably blamed on many people. But anyway, what you're getting the gist of what I'm saying here. We got so much negative junk, right? Negative, just terrible stuff going on. You got to take a break. It's the Delta variant on the coronavirus, It's one thing after another. Somebody needs to, I think that justice needs to be served. And that's all I'm going to say about it. And I don't know how to do it. I don't know what the answer is. And when I mean justice, I mean we have to train these people who are doing these bad things not to do them. I just don't know. Anyway, I'm just venting. I have no answers. Somebody told me today, well, what do you feel about, they're taking the troops out of Afghanistan and, it's a mess and blah, blah, blah. I said, you know what? I don't think it's our job to be the world police, but I feel sorry for the Afghani people. I said, I don't have an answer. And I don't have an answer. I feel sorry for the men and women that have been over to Afghanistan for all those years, all of the money spent. And not only that, the lives spent is the big thing. The lives given up. Lives. God love our military. They just do what they're told and they do a good job. And anyway, the whole thing is just kind of a mess. Okay. So I got, like I said, and so many times before on the podcast, I got to just shut that stuff off because it'll drive you insane. So I'm just an average kind of guy. I'm older now. I'm looking towards retirement. I'm wanting to retire. I have some hobbies. I have a band or, a music project anyway. I had a couple bands, music projects. And so anyway, what I'm getting at is I'm this average kind of guy that likes to do fun things with fun people, positive people, be around positive things all the time. So I have to shut that news off, even though it's realistic. I mean, it's real. It's real. You can't shut off everything. And it's sad that all this stuff is happening, right? The bottom line is sad that all this stuff is happening. I don't have an answer to it. I really don't know. But it wears on you, right? It wears on me. Some people, maybe it doesn't, but it wears on me sometimes. And so I talked to, a couple weeks ago, ways of, kind of getting that, bad stress out of your mind, getting the bad things out of your mind that you're hearing about all the time. And what do we do? So I got the hobbies and everything like that, like, restoring an old car I have, my music and stuff like that. So the flip side of the coin, okay, that's a negative. Here's the positive. Okay, the positive stuff is, okay, I'm aware of what's going on. I do the best I can to maybe try to help those situations, but I really don't have the answers. I just try to stay to myself when I can and do what I enjoy doing. So on the positive note, and on the music side, the music group I'm in, Crossroads Saints, is doing pretty well. As far as our new album, we released a new album this year. I mean, just a couple weeks ago, actually. A single called Cradle to the Grave. There's a video. We've had a lot of reviews out there, and the reviews have all come back really great from people that, we don't even know. And that's kind of the title of this whole thing. I know I started off with the bad news, but the title of this podcast today is You Can't Be a Hero in Your Backyard. My brother and I have talked about that. My brother and I are both in the Crossroads Saints, rather. And he doesn't want to be in a podcast, trust me. But we are part of the Crossroads Saints. And he said that to me. He goes, it's always hard to be a hero in your hometown or in your backyard. Or, and it is. And we have reviews from people that we don't know, from L.A., Wisconsin, London, England, and, London, England, the UK, rather. And, Australia, we have one from Australia come in. We have one from Long Island, from these different magazines, right? And if you get on the Crossroads Saints Facebook page, it has a lot of those shared. And they're really good reviews, and I feel great about that, And it's kind of funny. But I grew up in a small town in Indiana, and, we never got that kind of... You never got that kind of recognition from your people around you every day. It's like, oh, yeah, John plays bass and blah, 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 whatever. But so it's kind of neat. So but the story and the root of this thing today is you can't be a hero in your hometown kind of thing. And that's not only true with me with the music. It's true, like, even at the workplace. I mean, okay. So I work in the healthcare. This cracks me up too, guys. And comment below on anything I'm saying. So we come to conclusion so far that the world's a mess all over the place. There's bad news everywhere. I gave a couple examples of it, shared a couple stories. The world's a mess. I don't foresee it getting any better. So how do we continue to, habitate in this world and make things better for yourself while you're here? Because we only got one life, and it's limited to maybe at best 80 years, right? Maybe 90, I don't know. But you're only here for a certain amount of time. If you don't know that, people are passing away all the time at a younger age, and it's just, anyway, you're only here for a certain amount of time. So what do you do to enjoy it, right? So, like I said, I got the hobbies, I got the music and stuff like that. So, talking about hero in your hometown, even at work. So here's the thing. So I work in healthcare industry. Hang with me, guys. I'm kind of ranting, which I do most of the time on this show. I work in the healthcare industry, and we got the signs all around. We've had them for a year and a half since COVID. Heroes work here, heroes work here, heroes work here. They call you hero, and when the pandemic first broke out, they appreciated everything that we did. We got free food and blah, 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 blah. And it was all great and everything. But you know what? I just don't feel like a hero, period. I'm doing my job. And you know what? Even if they were treating me like a hero, this is not all my leadership, but some of my leadership, they have a strange way of showing it. I mean, I'm just saying that. Give very little respect for what we do. And have you ever thought about, too, when you try to explain something to someone, whether it's your boss or anybody, they always grab this story and they run with it. And you say, well, wait a minute. This is what really happened when it concerns yourself, right? This is what really happened, and I can explain this. And they just don't want to listen. Oh, no. It's got to be that. It got to be this. It got to be that. They see everything in black and white. There's no compromise or even just looking looking into the story and saying, you know what? Yeah, I think you're right. I see how that would happen. I see how this would happen. So if you're getting reprimanded by someone, say in your job or whatever, and you're saying, well, wait, you're getting ripped, and you're like, well, wait a minute now. Things aren't quite like they seem. That's the thing, too. Things not always quite like they seem. So don't ever assume anything. Get the whole story, really. You got to get the whole story right. Let's get another sip of coffee. Anyway, guys, I hope that your summer's going pretty good. Kind of skipping over to the weather. It's been hot here. We had a lot of rain last month. None this month. Hardly any. Hot, sweltering summer in the Midwest in the United States of America. But isn't it funny how it's like some people can get away with literally murder and nothing happens. And you got good, honest, working, I guess that's the whole thing. Good, honest, working folks that get basically, I hate to say it, shit on. They're either getting shot because they're trying to protect their car, or they're getting reprimanded at work when they're trying to do a favor for they're trying to go be above and beyond the call of duty at their workplace, and they get shit on about with that. Okay, it's just funny how that works. So that kind of relates to being a hero, right? A hero. So really, what's a hero? And you can't be a hero in your hometown, right? This woman with the Coast Guard thing, she to me is a hero. She worked in the Coast Guard, doing what the Coast Guard does. If you don't know what the Coast Guard does, look it up. My hat's off to these people. And all she's trying to do is protect her car or whatever she's driving, and gets killed for it. Does that make any sense? It really doesn't. People say, well, John, that's just evil in the world. Yeah, it's just evil. And I agree. It is just evil in the world. It just doesn't seem fair, though. It really doesn't seem fair. Now, I consider myself a guy of faith. I am definitely not perfect, and I need a lot of grace from God, because I fall from grace quite a bit. All right, I think I'm just like anybody else, pretty much. If they say not, they're lying, right? Okay, so, but I've really been lately like, we need help. And when I say we need help in the world. And we need help from, the higher power, right? Because I tell you what, it's kind of messed up. But like I said, the one bright spot, there's a couple bright spots in my life, but one bright spot is the Crossroads Saints. The music thing is doing pretty good with the recording and the new album. And if you guys get a chance, check it out. And like I said, it's funny how there's somebody from LA that writes for, this woman writes for, actually, she's from Britain, lives in LA. She's a film producer. She writes for music reviews for bands and musical groups, right? Has no idea who the Crossroads Saints are. Doesn't know me, doesn't know my brother, doesn't know Daryl. And she writes this beautiful thing. She just hears the music for the first time. And she's like, well, this is fantastic stuff. I love it. Blah, blah, blah. And I can share the article and you read it for yourself. It's not just me. But yet I could say, I could be excited about this video and share it with a coworker, and they're like, I don't really like it. So that's why you can't be a hero in your hometown, in your home, with the people you work with every day, And I want to share another funny story. So when I'm doing the day gig, which is the healthcare working thing that I got to do to make a living, I share some music with one of the associates. I say, yeah, you need to check out this new band, Crossroads Saints. They're really good, blah, blah, blah. She goes, yeah, I think I heard of them. And I'm like, she hasn't really, but, people say that. So she looks up the band. Oh, yeah, I really like the band, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, these guys look cool and everything. Doesn't realize that I'm in the band. Doesn't realize I'm one of the people in the band, right? Because people just don't think that way. They think of me as just being, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being, just Johnny Allen and, not anything special, but, just me. Just a little whole humble me. I'm okay with that. But it's funny how people, it's just funny how people think, oh, yeah, I've heard of them, Well, no, not really. See how stories get kind of turned around and twisted and if I'd say, hey, that's me in that band, she'd go, oh, no, that's not you, And the video, we released the video and it gets like 3,000 views in less than 1 week, 3,400, 3,500, I don't know how many. And that's pretty good for a quote unquote unknown band like we are. But but really, it's a really good overall album. If you get a chance to check it out, and let me know what you think. But really, that's all I got today, guys. I mean, I'm getting ready to take a break next week from the day gig. I'll probably do the podcast though. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna take the podcast with me. I think I'm going someplace special, and I'll film it on my phone and share it with you guys. But, thanks again for stopping in. I don't have anything really elaborate to talk about today. Not that I ever really do. But I'm just venting on the frustration, I mean, like I said, so many times I try to get away from the news and just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And is it just me or what? Comment below. Is the news around the world is getting worse and worse and worse? I feel like, man, it's just really bad stuff right now. And why is it that some people and is that causing people to be edgy? And is that causing people to assume things and look down and say, and get snappy and pissed off about things they shouldn't get pissed off about, right? I mean, that's the whole thing. I kind of keep to myself. I work really hard at anything I do, no matter if it's music in the studio, at work, at the healthcare place, whatever. I'm always busting my ass and conscientious about what I'm doing and polite to people and stuff like that. But why does it seem like the nice people and the hard-working people are the ones that get shit on all the time? And pardon my language today, but that's how I feel about it. I'm being real blunt to the point today, people. Why is it that the good people get shit on? Why is that? Answer below. Comment. Say something. Because I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I see people get away with stuff they should never get away with. There's no reprimanding going on, whether it be in the workplace or anywhere. People getting let out of jail when they really shouldn't be getting let out of jail, and they're going back and they're killing Coast Guard women. I mean, something's, like I said before in an earlier podcast, like maybe 4 or 5 months ago, the whole thing is flipped around. I'm like living in the Twilight Zone. It's 360. It's something. The whole world is upside down. Everything is turned upside down. Everything is ass backwards. It shouldn't be that way. We got to do something as a society and in the world. If the world's listening to me out there, I don't know. Maybe the 25 viewers I have on YouTube. I'm just kidding. Whoever is listening. We need to do something about turning this place around. Seriously, because something's going on. Right, Barney? He's like, oh, yeah, what is it? What's going on? That's Barking Barney. Go get some CWE coffee. I'll post a link, man. I mean, coffee's going up in price because, everything is. Everything is. It's just kind of incredible to me, like just a handful of people on this planet can twist everything around and basically F everything up. Make the prices, cause a pandemic, make the prices go up. Everybody gave our ex-president, Mr. Trump, and like I said, I don't always agree with, I don't agree with what all these presidents do, hardly any of them, okay? So don't say, well, you're a Trump guy or a Biden guy. I'm whatever. But, they gave the ex-president Donald Trump a bunch of crap for saying that the virus came from China and it was probably let out of the lab, and they said, oh, no. Now that he's out of office, guess what? Everybody's saying, hey, I think it came out of the lab. And I said that before even Trump did. I said, if you think about it, guys, it's had to come out of a lab. Nobody believed me, but now people are starting to see it. What causes, like I said before, no matter what the purpose is, and I'm not going to get into that, like my own personal opinions, we need to stop jacking around. That's why I said we need to turn this thing around. We need to stop jacking around with nature. We need to stop jacking around with other people. We need to recognize human rights. Not one law, any kind of laws, whether it be religious laws or whatever kind of laws, dictate the whole freaking planet and it dictate everybody. Okay, I'm getting irritated about it. We need the whole thing needs to break down and start over, and it's probably going to. I mean, at some point. And it's like, I like my young black friends that I know, that I love. Young guys, young people. They say, yeah, John, we're just maintaining. I like that maintaining. We got to maintain. We're just trying to maintain. through all this stuff. So if you guys are listening, Mary and everybody I know out there, we're maintaining. Daryl, we're maintaining. I don't know, guys. Like I said, I'm just kind of venting today because I'm getting ready to go on a break next week. I'll take you guys with me, like I said, on the cell phone. I'll go to a disclosed location. You guys will figure it out once I get there. But do something that's gonna that I need to do to relax and unwind. Yeah, I admit I'm a little tight. I'm just frustrated. Like I said, the good things are is I'm still here, still alive. I'm still enjoying everything. My new floor now, my house, my wife, my dog, my cars, 2 of them. My music, the music project. But, Daryl's healing up from the Crossroads Saints and my good buddy Rob Webb. I hope he didn't mention his last name, but Rob from the Hopeful Band. You guys get well. I looked at some old Hopeful Band. That was my cover band. Our cover band that I kind of originated several years ago with some buddies. And we had a gig 2 years ago before the pandemic, 2019. And we went out with a bang, I guess, because we played. It was a great gig. I may share some of the live video from it. Just a handful of old guys get together doing some old school rock and roll and sounded great. Spin Doctors, stuff like that. We used to cover Spin Doctors. I love those. It was a cover band. I love those songs. Crossroads Saints, original band. The album's out right now. It's called Song of Your Own. Go get it on Spotify, CD Baby, all that. I'll post a link below. Just hit our website and everything's there. Go check it out. Go check out Ain't Going Down Again as a tune. I think you guys are going to be shocked to hear that with the lyrics and everything. It's true. Daryl wrote everything. It's true to life, to what's going on right now with a lot of stuff that I've kind of, touched on. Daryl just said, you know what? It's true. And the critics have said the album is called Song of Your Own. And it's what it is. It's a song when we mean song, the whole album, the stuff of our own. We didn't follow any kind of script. We didn't follow any kind of trend. We didn't follow anything but what we wanted to do. And we did it. And I think a lot of people are going to relate to it and are already starting to relate to it. I'm really passionate about today's podcast, guys. Thanks for stopping in. I know we're not going to cure all the world's problems, one by one, but man, we need to start somewhere. We need to start in America, because America is the cornerstone that helps the whole world. And if we fall to shit, the whole world's going to fall to shit. We do not want to be led by another government, trust me. And, I don't know. Like I said, I don't have the answers. I'm a small guy in a small town with a small budget. I'm not one of these, I'm not Elon Musk and some of these guys. I'm not Bill Gates. I'm not these people. But these people need to rethink maybe some of the stuff. We need to, really, we got to get back to basics. We got to get back to morals, just good old wholesome helping each other out kind of thing. Stop the pointing fingers at each other. Stop assuming things. Stop blaming people. Stop killing people for no reason. Stop stealing, all this stuff. We need to stop it. I mean, really, seriously, we got to do it. We got to do it. What kind of environment are we, setting up for our kids and grandkids and stuff like that? I mean, you got these I can go on forever. Fatherless homes. They don't care. The poor kids are not raised correctly. They don't even know what's going on. To them, it's like a lifestyle. I've talked to many people that come from these environments. I know. And then, like I said, you got to cross the ocean. Something totally different going on over there. Well, they're still living like they did 2,000 years ago. Like, if you don't agree, you do something really bad, if you get what I mean. It's just things that got to get better. I don't have the answers. I can say one, I pray to the Almighty we're going to do the right things. But anyway, I'm going to cut out of here. Thanks for tuning in. Next week it'll be a happier note. It will be a happier note. I'm going to take you guys with me where I go. And I'm going to share it. Go get your CWE coffee. Thanks for stopping in. I got some new flooring put in, so that's a start. Going to bump the equipment up. soon. And I mean, really, when I got some other, going back in the studio with my brother at the end of the week, and we're doing some cataloging things, and I'll just keep you updated on everything that's going on. I hope that you guys are having a great time despite all this stuff. Keeping your head up, be safe, and stay secure. Keep yourself safe from diseases, predators, and all that stuff. Just be aware of your environments. Just do what you can. But there's no guarantee for tomorrow, no matter what, right? One last note is I reminisced about for the last year and a half of so many people that I grew up to, rock stars and just friends and family that are gone now, and how short life really is. And how we really don't have time to bicker and appreciate what people do. If someone does like 1,000 things that are good and they may do a couple things that are wrong, don't hang them for the things that you think that are wrong. Keep in mind the things that they do that are right. Keep that all in perspective. Good Lord willing. Guys, I'll see you next week. Thanks for stopping in. Comment below. Hit a thumbs up if you like it. If you haven't subscribed on the YouTube side, do that. All that stuff. It's all good. See you guys. You have discovered, through the expansion of the internet world, I am Johnny Allen, and this is the Johnny Allen 30-Minute Podcast.